All right, so this video is to walk you through, not completely, but at least the first part where you have to set it up. So the back of that handout that you received today in class. So I'm going to get you started with the diagram. And so here we go. Okay. So Elijah would like to visit his friend Dustin by snowmobile. Elijah leaves his home and drives this distance at a direction, right? Stops, refuels, and continues 10 kilometers in the direction west 10 degrees south to arrive at Dustin's home. So I'm going to start with the first part here. And right, I'm going to start southbound, but I'm going to turn 15 degrees. So you kind of have to have a bit of a reference as well. If you cut this in half, that'll be 45, right? So 15 degrees is something like that, right? To keep it in perspective. That's 15 degrees for 13 kilometers. So this is the start. And then here, refuels, right? So we have a turning point here. We'll call that turn, okay? And then you're going west 10 degrees south. So you start westbound, but then you turn 10 degrees, and it's not that much, right? 10 degrees is just a small little angle, right? And you go in that direction for 10 kilometers, it says. Okay, and so that 10 goes right in there. Okay, so there you have the diagram, and we will close that there to have our triangle. And you should notice that the north-south lines, this north-south line and this north-south line, they're parallel. Okay, these are parallel to each other. And so that 15-degree angle, right, this acts as a transversal connecting these two parallel lines. So the 15 goes in here, like so. So you have the 10, the 15, and what does this form right here? You guessed it, a 90. Okay, so I'm going to make a different copy of that here. This is 13 kilometers, this is 10 kilometers, and this is 10 plus 90 is 100 plus 15 is 115, right? And so this is the start, this is the turn or the fueling, we can call it fueling, and this is the what Dustin's home, let's say. Right, so really what you're finding is this side, like how far the distance between the two friends, right? So that'd be cosine law, and I will show you what that should give you if you work that out. In that part, you should be able to handle that. Okay. The second, here it is. So you have a crew flying 45 kilometers in a direction, so that's good. We've got distance and direction. Then we turn and we fly this far, no distance though, but we're told that the destination is 75 kilometers from the heliport. Determine the total distance the crew traveled. So this is a longer question actually. So north 25 west, okay? So I'm going to go north and then 25 west. I'm going to go this direction and I'm going to go southwest. So I'm going to start maybe somewhere over here. Give myself some room and don't be scared to erase, right? So we've got north 25, north 25, we're going in this direction, and the 25 goes there, and extend that dash line a little bit to make sure that's where it goes. So this is the start, and then you turn, and this is south, 51 west, right? So if you think about it, like if you have your east-west line, north-south, this is 90, so it'll be 45. So 51 is a little bit bigger than that, right? And the 51 goes in here. Okay, not the entire angle at that point, but it's 51 is between the south and the west, going westwards, right? And so there you have your triangle. I'm going to close this. And this is, so let's see again. We start, then turn, then our destination, right? So start, turn, end, or destination, whatever you want to call it. There we have it. And at that point, we need to figure out what can we do. Again, I'm going to emphasize it happens to be the north-south lines again, but this north-south line and that north-south line, they are parallel, you guessed it. And so we can bring 25 inside here, 25, okay? So if you copy this diagram, right, and you transfer, this is ETS, right, for start. We know that these two add up to 76 degrees. Oh, and I forgot here that we are now 75 kilometers from the heliport, right? That's where you end up. So the 75 kilometers go here. we knew that the first stretch here is 45 kilometers. We'll add that here. And it says, now basically, now it's like solving the triangle almost, right? And so you have a pair, so you would have to use sine law. And you would find, given this side, you'd find that angle first, which allows you to find this angle, sum of triangles 180, which then allows you to find this side, which then gives you all three sides of the triangle because it says total distance the crew traveled. And I see that it's again a little ambiguous there, or at least it doesn't tell you that we're returning, but the idea is that I would have to be more specific, I know, but nonetheless, you still have to find this side. So if you understood that from start to the turn to the end, if that's the distance traveled, you still need to figure this out. I was thinking the total round trip, but here it is nonetheless worked out. Okay, so I worked it out already. So if you want those angles and those sides, and the total distance would be flying back to the start because it's a training exercise. So that's that. Hope this helps. That's all.